Exclusive to CNN, Supreme Court officials escalating their search for the source of the leaked draft decision that would overturn Roe versus Wade. Let's get right to CNN's Joan Prskupik with this exclusive reporting. Joan, what have you learned?
Well, they're certainly ramping up this search for who would have leaked this document to Politico. It's been 4 weeks now since Chief Justice John Roberts announced that he was launching an investigation. Apparently, insufficient progress has been made, so they're now turning to the clerks, stepping up efforts to have them sign affidavits and to turn over cell phone records. This is a very aggressive move, and it's raised some concerns among the clerks. You know, John, how much information is on our cell phones, and we don't know if they're just asking for calls or texts and images, but it does show how seriously the court is taking this and also how concerned it is about this breach and possible other disclosures over the next 4 weeks as the justices wrap up this term.
So as you see there, this whole thing is intensifying. They're looking for detailed records of anybody who potentially came across this information to find out who leaked that draft document on Roe v. Wade, as it has caused a lot of ripples within the Supreme Court. Let's go to graphic 2 here, you guys, because they're now, as it was mentioned there on that CNN report, many of these folks that are being now investigated or looked so closely are a bit uncomfortable because lawyers outside of the court who have become aware of these new inquiries related to cell phone details warn of potential intrusiveness on clerks' personal activities, irrespective of any disclosure to the news media, and say that they may feel the need to obtain independent counsel. This is getting deep. That's what similarly situated individuals would do in virtually any other government investigation, said one appellate lawyer with experience in investigations and knowledge of the new demands on these law clerks. It'd be hypocritical for the Supreme Court to prevent its own employees from taking advantage of that fundamental legal protection. So let's see if that pans its way out. But also, let's jump down to graphic 5 here, you guys, because as this draft opinion got leaked, it may not even been one of these folks that did it, because the clerks has been the subject of much of this outside speculation or over who might have disclosed this draft. But they are not the only insiders who had access. Alito's opinion, labeled as a first draft and dated February 10th, would have been circulated to 9 justices, their clerks, and key staffers within each justice's chambers and select administrative offices. Looks like it's leaking out pretty further than we thought. If this tradition was followed, copies were sent electronically and separately printed out and hand delivered to chambers by aides to the marshal. Other employees connected to the 9 chambers would have had some access to the opinion. CNN could not verify the number, but former law clerks say the document could have been sent through regular channels to nearly 75 people. It's not known if court officials are asking employees who are part of the permanent staff beyond 1-year law clerks for their phone records. And so many people took things home. There's working from home, there's documents, there's printouts, there's papers. Whoever they interact with, who knows the degree to which this could have happened, but whoever they track down, I think it might get tougher than what we thought.
Yeah, I mean, if you do any reading about this, the reason why it's causing such a stir within that specific community is that this never happens. These leaks don't happen at all. For people who don't understand, it's like if you clerk for a Supreme Court judge, the rest of your life and career is inexplicably, intricately tied to said judge, right? So that breeds a certain sense of familiarity and loyalty to that judge. And so because of that, people never ever break with the institutional norms and culture that has already been settled there. And so, this is a big deal within the people of this institution. The people who this ruling is going to ultimately affect do not care, Jayar. Like nobody whose right to a safe abortion has been taken away is going to care that the decision got leaked months before. This is a straight up elite problem in this elite institution. Nobody gives a damn that there was a leak. What people care about is that their rights are now being taken away. But the way that you see that it's being handled, when you hear people like Ted Cruz, who used to be a Supreme Court clerk, be like, oh, somebody leaked, we gotta find out about the leak. Which to him is a bigger concern than, again, the rights that are being taken away from tens of millions of people. It's all you need to know about how ridiculous and frivolous this all is.
From him to Mitch McConnell talking about, that's not the story. The story is about this leak. It's literally telling people what they should care about. It's crazy, but that's the way we've approached this, and this is the way elected officials and leaders actually talk to constituents rather than listening to them. That's just the way we've gotten.